done a lot of travelling over the years, and I've seen a lot of suicide attempts and friends that have been through this, and it's very, very humbling, and to be very close to it, it's a shock. And I guess personally, I'm a bit like Wendell. I can talk from the sporting side. From a personal point of view, I've been involved in this and not quite got to the suicide point, but certainly come very close to it. My story really began in one of the times is when I was racing back in the Grand Prix times prior to '87, when I first did my very, very first Grand Prix. I'm not sure if people can remember this, but there's some horrific footage where the race gets underway. About the second corner, the current world champion, a guy called Franco Mancini, he's high-sided out of the corner, and I was in a big trail of riders around about 10th or 12th position. And as all the other riders avoided him, I've come around and he's stood up and tried to run the opposite way. I've tried to avoid him, and we've collided. He got put into a coma, and all the Italian press came in and obviously wanted to tear me apart because they thought it was my fault for being in the race for the very first time, that I'd made the wrong move and collided with Franco. Anyway, his wife wanted to tear me to pieces, and it was quite an emotional time. And I got back to the UK where I had a house, and I had a really good friend, and the exact words he come and said to me was, "Are you okay?" And I said, "No, I'm not." That I've thought I killed somebody, and I said that, as you can hear, it still hurts me now. And he just said, "Oh, no, you'll be fine, you'll be fine." I said, "No, I've got to go home, I've got to go back to Australia." And I had to call my mum and dad, and I'm bawling my eyes out and so on. Anyway, after about a month, I didn't race for a while, and I kept calling Australia, and I was booking my flights. My career had finished. And in this time, my mate kept talking me way through this whole process. And I was at the point where, I was in a pretty bad state, not so much suicidal, but extremely depressed about the whole thing. And in that period, just before I was about to leave, the journalists kept chasing me and harassing me and making me feel really bad. And fortunately, the videos came out and caught the whole thing, and they could see that it wasn't my fault at that time, fortunately. But again, I took the pain because I thought it was my fault, but it was quite clear they couldn't. Anyway, fortunately, Franco came out of his coma, and the media left me alone after that. But having a good friend or friends around me that you could talk your way through this whole process dragged me back out of it. Of course, he started to get better. We've become friends since then, and ironically, he's on the World Safety Council for Grand Prix racing at all the tracks around the world now. Great guy. I continued to stay, decided to go and try one race, went back, started winning again, and the whole thing got a lot better. But I guess the point that I took out of all that is that I never forgot that sort of depressive moment, and about how you could lose everything very, very quickly. Now, this sport that I have been in is extremely dangerous, and I've lost a lot of friends through death and injuries and so on, but and there has been a couple that have taken their lives through depression. So I can understand how this happens, not just in the motorcycle sport, but in general life. So for me, the exact words I've actually come across already prior to my career, and that's why I wanted to get involved in this, because it's so close to what I've been and been to in the past. So a very special moment, and I haven't forgotten it. As you can probably hear, it's left a nasty scar in my mind, but it also left a good scar, because you've got to take the good out of the bad. The good side is that you've got to respect the danger, respect what you're doing, respect other people, and look for help out of this whole thing, and look for help.